So, the last portion of the topic, the outcome of the democracy. We discussed how fair the democracy is. We discussed what are some of the important features which deliberately make us to speak that yes, democracy is better than other forms of government. As soon as we moved from that, we now understood that this democracy has given us a responsive government, a transparent government, a legitimate government, and an answerable government. Why legitimacy? Why responsiveness? Why we say that we have got a transparency government in a democracy? We discussed some of those things by and large. And soon after that, we started to compare some of the things like the economic growth, the status of poverty in the country as compared to that of the other, as compared to that of the other dictators, as compared to other dictatorship regimes. We also talked about comparing it with some of the other non-democratic countries of the world. On coming up with the point of understanding the comparison of economic growth and why the condition of poverty is there in a country like India in a democratic setup. On comparing, we came to understand that whatever policies, decisions, or making of laws are concerned in a country like India, it deliberately takes a bit of a time. There is a delay as compared to that of the non-democratic regime or the dictatorship regime. That is why we find some of the evils which have crept up as with regard to the not making the economic growth of a country to be a fairful one. The reasons are the literacy of a people, the reasons are the population growth, the reasons are job opportunities. More the population, lesser will be the job opportunities. And moreover, if you see that there are less unemployment in a country, so that will really give a boom to the poverty line. That will give a boom to the poverty status of a country. And comparing as a whole, whatever is the economic growth, whatever is the situation of poverty in a country, we every time find it that this democracy is an evolving process. ये एक इवॉल्विंग प्रोसेस है, प्रैक्टिकल के रूप में, प्रयोगशाला के रूप में, जो आप प्रयोग करते रहते हैं और उस प्रयोग से आपको रिजल्ट कुछ मिलता है. लाइक whatever the condition of the country was during the time of the partition or during the period of 70s, I'm talking about the economic growth and the development and the poverty as well. And if you compare this 2020, looking into the data of 70, 80 or 60s and today's current period, you will find that there has been a greater reduction in the poverty, there has been a great reduction in the population, and moreover, whereas with regard to the economic growth of a country is concerned, and that has taken a great jump as compared to 60s, 70s, 80s, something like that. So this jump, this difference, why? It is only because of the evolving process, the governance of the country, the administration of the country, and the awareness within the people, which has led the people to come to an understanding. लोग भी जो है अब अवेयर हो चुके हैं, समझ गए हैं क्या हमारे देश के पर कैपिटा इनकम पर या हमारे इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ पर ये बाधाएं क्यों उत्पन्न हो रही हैं. People have also come to understand the population problem, the literacy problem, the problem of job opportunities. People have well understood. Talk about the period of 1960s and 70s. Although people were educated, but they had that much of sense that they could, they tried to have at least 4 to 5 children in their home. Those persons were also educated, but that type of stigma did not creep up into their mind. क्या ये आने वाले दिन के लिए अच्छा बात नहीं है कि इतना population? But now you see at this present stage, the current scene, whoever are the educated ones, they ultimately will think that we should have 2 children at least, not more than that. So at least we have come to understand that there is a bit of a change, because more the children, more will be the distribution of your wealth upon looking into that particular children. So if you have less and if you are getting more, you are going to spend only on whatever children you are having that. So what will it lead to? It will lead to the growth in the income. It will lead to the growth in the per capita of the country. So likewise, there are various other examples also which has literally led to the growth in the economic structure of the country. Okay. So we were talking about the dignity of the individual. This outcome of democracy, it has provided dignity within the individuals. Take the case of dignity of women. Most societies across the world were historically male-dominated societies. Long struggles by women have created some sensitivity today that respect to equal treatment of women are necessary ingredients of a democratic society. We have also studied about the law of Saudi Arabia. We have also gone through the picture of the system which was there in some of the other countries like Sri Lanka, Kosovo and so on, where women were maltreated, where better upliftment of women was not there. Even in countries like India, we were also going on with the past history that women were made to stay within the 4 corners of the room. They were not allowed to go and study outside. Why? Because that mentality was there in the minds of the people that no, one day or the other, this woman, this girl is going to be only a simple housewife and she is going to get married. So it's no need for her to study. But in the same democracy, the same type of mentality got changed. Now, the girls are made to go and study abroad. They are made to go and study in whatever higher education they want to have. They are working in hand to hand together with the boys. And now, the emancipation of the woman, the strengthingness of the women also have led to the empowerment of women power. And this rights of the woman, that we are also equal to that of the men. Whatever the men can do, we can also do. That has been positively seen also, that women, they are harbored in armies, in navy, in air force. Big posts are there meant for them, and they are doing the work even those type of things. So why such type of reluctance is there? So democracy, it is seen that due to that evolving process, समय के अनुसार जो मांग है, this democracy works according to that. And now we are seeing that in the same democratic structure like India, women are holding in very important posts. They have also become the ministers. And now the women are asking for 1/3 of the reservation of seats in the parliament. Still that is pending, but someday or the other that will also be finalized. But at the grassroots level, in the panchayat level, what we've seen, that there is a reservation of women for the seats as a mukhya or Jila Parishad or so on. So, coming to the conclusion, we can say that these women who were struggling, their words have been taken into consideration. And now, they have attained that stage that women's empowerment is the demand of the time now. And in this prehistoric time of democratic structure like India, India has also adopted same type of a culture where respect for the women and reservation of the women are given in the country like India. Women are the necessary ingredients of a democratic society. That is the virtual thing in a democracy. That does not mean that women are actually always treated with respect. But once the principle is recognized, it becomes easier for women to wage a struggle against what is now acceptable legally and morally. In a non-democratic setup, this unacceptability would not have legal basis, because the principle of individual freedom and dignity would not have the legal and moral force for them. In a democratic setup, we see that the acceptability of women on getting the demand of respect, ये रेस्पेक्ट पाने का जो बात है वुमेन्स के लिए, ये डेमोक्रेटिक सेटअप में that is acceptable, and women also think it better that since the time has changed, they have also come forward, they have raised their voice, and their voice could be heard by the government, and government also with the both their hands are trying its level best to empower these women. But such type of empowerment, but such type of struggle cannot be seen in a but such type of a scene cannot be seen in a non-democratic structure. This is why, because there the women empowerment does not take the hold of the entire people. और एक एक औरतों के लिए वहां पर इस तरह हो जाना जरूरी नहीं है. नॉन डेमोक्रेटिक स्ट्रक्चर में एक औरतों के लिए उसके डिग्निटी, उसके रेस्पेक्ट को पाने के लिए सभी का समूह होना जरूरी है, which is not acceptable there in a non-democratic system. In a democracy there is. Why? Because you have got the power to form the association. आप एसोसिएशन बना सकते हो. So women have formed their association. They have raised their voice. They have raised their voice against such type of discrimination and maltreatment, and their voice could be heard. But in a non-democratic regime, this sort of forming an association is not allowed. Non-democratic regime में आप एसोसिएशन फॉर्म नहीं कर सकते हैं, और जब एसोसिएशन फॉर्म नहीं कर सकते हैं तो वुमेन की डिग्निटी की बात कहाँ से आएगी? इसलिए आप साउथ एशिया में देखिएगा कि women are still not allowed to go with open face, not allowed to go for the higher education, not allowed to cast their vote also. So they are still neglected. That ignorancy is there. Had it been a democratic structure, then the principle of democracy would have worked over there. And if principle of democracy would have worked over there, then the same would happen, just same like that of India. And which in India we are facing that women are getting the respect, women are getting the dignity. Democracy in India has strengthened the claims of the disadvantaged and discriminated caste. अगर हम बात करते हैं unprivileged peoples के लिए, अगर हम बात करते हैं discriminated peoples के लिए, even there in India we see that privileges, interests, reservations, everything is meant for them. Why this is so? This is only so because to make themselves aware of each and everything. उसको जो है ग्रासरूट लेवल से हमें ऊंचा उठाना है, और ऊंचा उठाने के लिए यहाँ पर सरकार अपनी ऐसी कदम उठाएंगी कि उनके इंटरेस्ट को मेंटेन करने के लिए, उनको ग्रासरूट लेवल से ऊपर उठाने के लिए एक अच्छा व्यवस्था होना जरूरी है, जो कि सरकार हमारी कर भी रही है. By this, what we understand? By this we understand that the disadvantaged class, the discriminated class, they are also getting the dignity. They are also having the same respect as compared to that of the majority ones, or whatever you can say, the privileged ones. Privileged ones के ही अनुसार इनको भी हम लोग अपने साथ लेकर चलते हैं. कौन है वो? वो disadvantaged sections हैं. Those are the discriminated sections of people. So they are taken into consideration. India has strengthened the claim of the disadvantaged and discriminated class for equal status and equal opportunity. वही जो मैंने बात किया, equal interest, equal privileges for that. There are instances still of caste-based unequalness and atrocity, but these lacks the moral and legal foundation. But still we are also seeing, still now, there is the stigma of discrimination, of untouchability. Still the caste barrier is there in the country, but that does not have any moral foundation. उसके पीछे कोई moral foundation नहीं है. वो लोगों का एक dogmatic approach है. Dogmatic approach means बेवजह का, जिसका कोई मतलब नहीं, लेकिन उस विचारधाराओं को लेकर हम लोग आज भी चल रहे हैं. बट अगर हम कंपेयर करते हैं शुरू के टाइम के और अभी के टाइम में, अब उस तरह का डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं दिखने को मिल रहा. Why? The laws have been made to prevent those untouchables. The laws have been made on the grounds of the atrocities. अगर मैं atrocity करता हूँ, cruelty show करता हूँ किसी को कास्ट के बेसिस पर, तो वहां पर लॉ बना हुआ है. आप अगर कुछ गलत करते हो, तो अपराध करते हो, तो you are punished in the eyes of law. Special laws are made. SC, ST acts are there. POCSO acts are there for the women's, for the girls are there. Girls below the age of 18 years. So special acts are also made just to defend them, just to maintain their interest. Lekin this system is still persisting in the country. The problem of untouchability, the caste system, the creed and so on. But it is well to say over here, it does not have any moral value. In theoretically we can say, lekin uska moral value nahi. Expectation from democracy. Expectation from democracy also function as the criteria for judging any democratic country. Expectation from democracy also function as a democracy on judging the democratic country. Democracy से क्या आप उम्मीद करते हो? Expectation from democracy means we have led our life in a democratic setup, and since we have led our life in this democratic setup, we can well say, we can expect ourselves कि ये democracy हमें क्या क्या दिया है. You close your eyes, you introspect and you see the equality is there. There is a rule of law. Everything is, nobody is above the law, which is a very good thing. There is a dignity of an individual. The decisions are taken at the best level, although there is delay. So many things you can come to an understanding. The government which is ruling the country is a legitimate government, is an answerable government, is a temporary government, is a, is a transparent government and so on. So all these expectations, umeed, which you are expecting from the democracy, all such type of things you expect according to your mentality, whatever you think about this democracy has given to us. What is most distinctive about democracy is that its examination never gets over. सबसे बड़ा चीज जो इस डेमोक्रेसी का है कि डेमोक्रेसी का नियम क्या है. The theory of democracy is just simply nothing but it's an evolving process. It's a practical process which goes on and on. It never gets over. कल कुछ और था डेमोक्रेसी दिख रहा था, लेकिन आज कुछ अलग सा डेमोक्रेसी दिख रहा है. डेमोक्रेसी, we talk about it is a deepening level. Deepening level मतलब डेली कुछ ना कुछ डिपेंड होते चला जा रहा है, नीचे की ओर बढ़ते चला जा रहा है ये डेमोक्रेसी. एक समय था when people used to say that इस डेमोक्रेसी में, इस लोकतांत्रिक राष्ट्र में ऐसा दिखने को मिलता है, वैसा दिखने को मिलता है. लेकिन आज अगर वही व्यक्ति अगर रहता हमारे इस धरती पर, तो आज वो कहता कि नहीं, डेमोक्रेसी कुछ अलग सा लग रहा है मुझे. आज बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे भी हैं हमारे इस भारत में who have attained the age of 90, who have attained the age of 95 or something like that. They might have seen what was the loktantric condition prevailing at the time of 60s, 70s, 80s and like. And now at the present stage, so they can compare it much better कि what this democracy has given to us. Democracy is deepening. Democracy जो है नीचे की ओर बढ़ते चला जा रहा है. And the examination of democracy is not over. It is evolving process. It goes on and on. Daily by daily, daily by daily, some practical processes are going on. Did anybody think anything about the removal of Article 370 from Kashmir? But literally it led to. And since it literally led to the abolition, removing of 370 article, that Kashmir, which was having the dominion status, now that has become the part of India. Now it shall be guided by the same constitution. Otherwise, it was having the other part of the constitution. Although being the same part of the country, but it was having another constitution, its administration was something different. But now it has come and united together. just you will see the development what will happen where only after jab 370 हट गया है. So new type of things will be seen. So that is the real functioning of the democracy. Its examination is never over. It goes on and on. As democracy passes one test, it produces another test. सही बात है. जैसे ही डेमोक्रेसी एक से एक काम करते चला जाता है, दूसरे हाथों की तरफ जो है हम लोग आगे बढ़ते जाते हैं. एक समय था रिजर्वेशन बिल 1978 मिस्टर बीपी मंडल को दिया गया था. यू सबमिट योर रिपोर्ट. मिस्टर बीपी मंडल सबमिटेड द रिपोर्ट इन द ईयर 1979. Why reservation bill did not come at that time? It came in the year 1990. ठंडे बक्से में उसको रख दिया गया. Because सारे लोग पॉलिटिसाइज्ड हो जाते या उस पॉलिटिकल अफेयर में नहीं फंसने का मन था, इसलिए सोचा कि नहीं कोई अन्य सरकार ही आएगा तो उसको लागू करेगा. Finally some of the government came and they incorporated such thing. Leading to what? Leading to this type of a system. और जब उसे लागू किया देश में भूचाल आया, उससे भी शांति किया. There are conflicts arises, but democracy has the hand to correct the mistake, to solve the conflict. और डेमोक्रेसी में सॉल्व हुआ. रिजर्वेशन भी लागू हुआ, हड़ताल हुए, डिमॉन्स्ट्रेशंस हुआ, बहुत सारे केसेस फाइल हुए, लेकिन हर चीज को सॉल्व कर लिया गया. एवरीथिंग इज सिंपल. So what do we see? We find that democracy goes on and on. It goes on giving the examination, and the examination is never over. And since the examination is never over, we can well say and be correct to speak over here. That this evolving process of democracy, it goes to attain something new every time. As people get some benefits of democracy, they ask for more and want to make democracy even better. इसी डेमोक्रेसी में आप देखिए लोगों को और बेहतर मिलते जाता है. Something better people goes on getting, and it is a human nature that the more better you are going to get, the more better you will be asking every day. And that is the thing in a democracy. The democracy, the more better democracy goes on imparting to us, the more demand arises also. That is why when we ask people about the way democracy functions, they will always come up with more expectation and many complaints. Expectation बढ़ जाता है लोगों का डेमोक्रेसी में, साथ ही साथ शिकायतें भी बढ़ती हैं. The complaints are also because they don't have to struggle. It is the government, it is the machinery who is working within it for the evolving of the democracy. And the more the people go on getting, more the people are getting the benefit of democracy, there are expectations more from the people. The complaints are more. Narendra Modi came, he started giving money in everybody's khata. He started giving ration card and so on, and gas cylinders and many other things. Expectation became much, much more for the unprivileged people. But still, if you ask them, they will tell, no, we are not getting anything. That is the true nature. That is the nature of a human being. Expectations become greater and complaints become more. Why did anybody get during the last 70 years? The people were not getting the money in their passbook and so on. Many other yojanas, money, people get it. Kisan Samman Yojana, Anaj Yojana and so on. अब तो भर भर के चावल वगैरह एक एक घर में पड़ा हुआ है. The differences are right, but still the complaints are there. So democracy, if we expected this, that, democracy में expectations ज़्यादा मिलेगा और complaints भी ज़्यादा. यह एक bona fide सत्य है हमारे democracy का. The fact that people are complaining is itself a testimony to the success of democracy. और क्योंकि लोग शिकायत कर रहे हैं democracy का, तो शिकायत ही अपने आप में बहुत बड़ा सक्सेस है डेमोक्रेसी. शिकायत किसका होता है? जो विजय प्राप्त करता है. तो डेमोक्रेसी में आपको वह मुकाम, डेमोक्रेसी आपको उस मुकाम तक जरूर पहुंचा दिया है कि आप शिकायत करना शुरू कर देते हैं. The moment you start producing some of such type of a complaint, that itself shows the outcome and the relevancy of the democracy. We are stopping here and will well to say, it's nothing in this portion of outcome of democracy. You will only have to keep it in mind, the legitimacy of the government. The simple question make up, what do you understand by the legitimacy of the government? What do you understand the accountability? The government is answerable to the people. It is our representative, go and sit down over there. And looking into the welfare of that particular citizen of the country, the representative work out and finally go for the decision making. That is the thing. So entirely you have to keep it in mind, each and everything. And well, that is the end of this portion, the outcome of democracy. I will give you some of the written materials also. And after getting some of the written materials, we will switch on with the lifeline of the geography portion. Till then, stop.